Hello, students, and a very good afternoon to all of you. Welcome to Gradeup, India's largest online educational platform. My name is Navin Iyer. I'm back once again on a bright Monday afternoon, and I hope you people are doing well and staying healthy. And sorry for the inconvenience, regret the inconvenience. I was a bit late today due to some technical glitch from my end, but nevertheless, I'm here now. Okay. Can you give me a quick response? Am I visible and audible to you all so that I can start the session at once? And before I start, for people who've joined in today, just share the session as much as you can. Subscribe to the channel and also click on the bell icon for notifications about such sessions. Do like, share, and subscribe. So let's start today's session, guys. This is based on tense. I have brought in a few questions based on tenses. As always, I will be asking you, we will be discussing the answers. You have to give me the responses of each question one by one. I will see how many of you give me the correct answers, and accordingly, we will start it. All right. So let's start the session. The first question goes. Now, before that, let me just introduce you to the Gradeup Super as well. Now, what is the Gradeup Super? Gradeup Super is basically has been launched on the 15th of August this year, in which you get unlimited access to all structured live courses and mock tests. All law batches, you will be getting an access to all the law batches. At the same time, you get mock tests as well. You can download the app, subscribe to the Gradeup Super. Okay, you have the link in description. This is the super launch offer in which you get 2x validity and 20% discount. And you also get a chance to win prizes worth 25 lakhs, in which prizes like smart bands, laptops, and smartphones are included. Okay, so it's a 2x validity. If you buy it for 3 months, you get a 6-month validity. If you get it for 6 months, you get it the double, which is 1 year. If you go for 1 year, you get 2 years validity. All right, so let's go to the first question here. Time and tense. The first question goes, when you will try to understand the rules of the game, you will become able to play properly. No error. These are so the sentence divided into 5 parts here. 1, 2, 3. This should be D. The D is not written here. And E says no error. A, B, C, D, E. E says no error. Which part do you think the error is in? Okay. Tell me which part of the sentence there is an error. Give me the responses and then I will go ahead and discuss the answer to this question. Absolutely, Piyush Yadav, the topics in the syllabus is absolutely the same in 2020, 2021, all the years. It's all that at times the pattern just changes. So whatever I teach you, the concepts and rules of grammar, comprehension and vocab, they will be same, okay, for all the courses. But if you enroll for the 2021 course, it will be a detailed plan. That's the only difference, where you get more practice because you have the course for the entire year. But people who are about to take the exams this year, for those people, it has been tailored accordingly. Okay. So for the 2021, you have the detailed plan. That's the only difference. However, the concepts taught in both the courses will be exactly the same. All right. In this question, guys, let me tell you, in this question, it says, when you will try to understand the rules of the game, you will be able to play properly. Now, few people are saying C, some are saying B as well. Now, you people can see in your chat boxes, you're getting mixed answers. I'm getting mixed answers from these candidates. Now, let me tell you, this is a concept based on tense in which it says that whenever there are two clauses in a sentence, right? Whenever there are two clauses in the sentence, both the clauses cannot be in the future tense. Okay? Both clauses can't be in the future tense. It is a concept based on tense as well. At the same time, it's based on conditional sentences as well. Now, do you know what clauses are? For people who do not know what clauses are, let me tell you. Clauses are generally sentences within a sentence, short sentences within long sentences. If you have a long sentence and within that you have several short sentences, each sentence is called a clause. Each sentence is called a clause. So two clauses cannot be in the future tense. Okay. Now here it says when you will try. It says will try. This becomes future. To understand the rules of the game, till here it's one clause. This is the next clause after the comma. You will become able to play properly. This is also in the future tense. So two future tenses cannot coexist in the same sentence. Coexist means cannot stay in the same sentence. If one clause is in the present, the other should be in the one clause is in the future, the other should be in the present tense. Now, how do you decide which clause has to be changed in the present tense? Now, let me give you an idea. The conditional clause, whichever clause shows you the condition, has to be changed into the simple present tense. If you do not know the condition, if you're not able to identify what's the condition. Now, here, when you read the sentence, you can understand the condition is understanding the rules of the game. Only then you will be able to play properly, right? So, the condition is understanding the rules of the game. But if you're not able to understand the condition, just simply remember that the clause after the conjunction, the immediate clause after the conjunction. Now here, when is the conjunction? The immediate clause after the conjunction has to be in the simple present. So what we do is we remove the modal verb. The modal verb is will here. When you remove it, it simply changes to the simple present tense. Now read the sentence now. When you try to understand the rules of the game, you will become able to play properly. Okay, you can say become also, be also, it doesn't matter. Be looks better, but become is also not, become is also correct. Okay, now the error is in part A. I have to remove will and change this clause to the simple present tense when you try to understand the rules of the game. Okay, so remember, two clauses in the future tense cannot coexist in the same sentence. Now here goes the next question. Sorry, it should be number 2. It's written 3. Should be question number 2. It is appearing to me that you are complaining against my friends and relatives. Can you tell me which part of the sentence has an error in this one? Waiting for your answers, guys. Let's see. Guys, it's always better when you answer the question. At the same time, give me explanations as well, so that your colleagues can also see your explanation and judge whether I'm giving the right answers or not. Okay. Now, let me tell you, in the second question, this is a concept based on non-continuous verbs. Okay, it's based on non-continuous verbs. Now, let me tell you what non-continuous verbs are. Non-continuous verbs are those that cannot be ever written in any of the continuous tenses. Okay, non-continuous verbs cannot be written in any of the continuous tenses. There is a short list of non-continuous verbs. If you look it up in Google, you'll find them. Okay, it's a small list of around like 40 words or so. Okay, those verbs cannot be written in the continuous tense ever. Like for example, I'll give you a small example of believe. Okay, let me delete the entire thing here first. In the first question, you had the error in part A. Let me write the explanation for the second question. Question number 2, non-continuous verbs. Now, it's a list of around 40 words, but let me give you an example like believe. Believe is a non-continuous verb. Can I say, I am believing you? I am believing you. Is this sentence correct? What do you think? I am believing you. I am believing you. you cannot write this because believe is again a non-continuous verb, cannot be written in the continuous tense. So how do you say? You simply say, I believe you. You cannot say, I'm believing you, but you have to say, I believe you. Why? Because this is called a non-continuous verb. Okay, non-continuous verb. Also, let me tell you, out of those 40 words, a very common word is again love. How many people have you heard saying, I am loving my country? Have you ever heard anyone saying this? I'm loving my country, I'm loving my parents, I'm loving my car, I'm loving my house, I'm loving you. You cannot say that. Why? Because love is a non-continuous verb. You simply say, I love my country, I love my parents, I love my car, I love my brothers, sisters. So that's how you use it. These are called non-continuous verbs. So out of those non-continuous verbs, appear is also one of those verbs that cannot be written in the continuous tense. So simply say, it appears to me. What do you say? It appears to me that you are complaining against my friends and relatives. So error is in part A. Where does the error lie? Error lies in part A of the sentence. Okay? So that's how you have to judge. So non-continuous verb list has to be learned. Okay, the non-continuous verbs list has to be learned. They are around 40 words. You'll get it on Google as well. Or if you've enrolled in my courses, if you're one of my students, I will be providing you with the PDF in the course as well. Okay, let's delete these all. Let's move on to the next question. In the first question, I say part A. B also, second question also, error was in part A. Let's come to the third question. It says the old man who is sitting on the bench lived here for more than a month. Can you tell me which part of the sentence has an error? Sorry guys, the numbering is a bit haywire. It should be question number 3 here. The old man who is sitting on the bench lived here for more than a month. Question number 3. Tell me which part of the sentence has an error here. Waiting for your answers, guys, and then I'll discuss the concept here. What do you think? It seems your chats are stuck. I'm refreshing the browser. Let me see just a minute. Okay. Right. Great. Wonderful. I got explanations from you. Now, let me give you the concept behind this particular sentence, where exactly the error lies. It says the old man who is sitting on the bench lived here for more than a month. Now, let me tell you here, when you look at part B, for more than a month, okay, this is part A, lived here is part B, for more than is part C, a month is part D, okay. So, whenever you have for more than a month, this is actually the duration. This is what? This is the duration in the sentence. Always remember, whenever sentences have for or since, whenever sentences have for or since to show the duration, whenever you have since, it will denote the starting point of time in a duration. Like since 2001, since 2010, it will denote the starting point of time. And for will denote the period of time. Okay, for 5 years, for 6 years, for 7 years, for 10 years. That is the duration of time. And since will show the starting point of time. Since 2010, since January, since 2005. Okay. So whenever you have for or since to denote the duration, starting point or time period I'm talking about, the sentence should always be in the perfect or the perfect continuous tense only. Okay, the sentence should always be in the perfect or perfect continuous tense only. So the sentence says the old man who is sitting on the bench. You cannot say lived here. you can either say has lived here, or you can even say has been living. If I say has lived, this is present perfect. If I say has lived, this is present perfect. If I say has been living, this is present perfect continuous. Has been living becomes present perfect continuous. So you can use either. Has lived here for more than a month or has been living here for more than a month. Both are absolutely right. So error was where? Error was in part, B, absolutely. A few people said B, they were absolutely right. Error was in part B of the sentence. Okay, let's move on to the next question, guys. Question number 4. This should be, again, numbering. Question number 4. A misogynist is a person who hates women, but a philogynist is a person who loves women. Can you tell me which part of the sentence has an error here? I hope you know where misogynist and philogynist words have come from. I guess you watched my root word session on YouTube. I told you that whenever you have gyno or gynae in a sentence, in a word, this will basically denote women. Okay, females. And phil means love. Mis means hate. And whenever you have ist in a word, it will actually denote a person. So whenever you have misogynist, you have mis, which is hate, gyno is women, and ist is a person. A misogynist is a person who hates women. But a philogynist, again, phil means love, and gyno means women, ist means person. Philogynist is a person who loves women. Loves women, in other words, works for the welfare of women. So, let me tell you, there is no error in the sentence. Sentence is absolutely fine. Okay, you don't have to deliberately identify errors in each and every sentence. There are several sentences in which there may be no errors as well. Okay, so there was no error in the sentence, so not a problem at all. The sentence was absolutely fine. Let's move on to the next question. Question number 6. It says the secret of his sound health lies in the fact that he is getting up before sunrise and has fresh air. It's question number 7. Okay, tell me which part of the sentence has an error on this one. Okay, start getting answers. Let me see. The secret of his sound health lies in the fact that he is getting up before sunrise and has fresh air. Now, let me tell you, here I am talking about a repetitive action. In this sentence, we are referring to a repetitive action. You know what repetitive actions are? Actions that actually happen on a regular basis, on a repetitive basis. Those are repetitive actions. And whenever you have repetitive actions, you use the simple present tense. If you've ever studied tenses, you might be aware that whenever a sentence denotes repetitive actions, it should be in the simple present tense. So the secret of his sound health lies in the fact that he is getting up before sunrise. You cannot say he is getting up before sunrise. Can you say in Hindi, मैं हमेशा सूरज उगने के पहले उठ रहा हूँ? सूरज उगने के पहले उठ रहा हूँ या उठता हूँ? So when you say उठ रहा, it becomes a continuous tense. So you cannot write it this way. He gets up. Okay, उठता हूँ, वह उठता है. So he gets up before sunrise and has fresh air. Sorry for people who do not understand Hindi here. I expect this in Hindi for people who understand as well. Okay, but people from South or Northeast, I'm sure you might have understood the concept. Whenever you have repetitive actions, you write it in the simple present tense. Right. So error is in part C in the sentence. He gets up. You have to remove is getting both, and you say he gets up before sunrise and has fresh air. In part D, it is already in the simple present tense. Has been written in place of consumes. He consumes fresh air. This is already in the simple present tense. So has is in the simple present tense, and it's acting like a main verb in the sentence. Okay. So error was in part C. Next, question number 8. Here it goes. Sorry guys, numbering after 4 you have 5, this would be 6. Okay, sorry for the numbering there. Okay, as soon as he will reach home, he will send you the books you are in need of. As soon as he will reach home, he will send you the books you are in need of. Tell me which part of the sentence has an error. You cannot say have fresh air Radhika Arora because the subject is he, which is third person singular. Whenever you have subject as third person singular, you have to use has only. He, she, it. Along with he, she, it, you have has. And the plural, it again changes to have. Okay. The same rule that I explained in the first sentence, if you remember. As soon as he will reach home, he will send you the books you are in need of. As soon as he will reach home. This is one clause, okay? He will send you the books you are in need of. This is another clause. So I told you two clauses cannot coexist. Two clauses in the future tense cannot coexist. They cannot come together. So if one clause is in the present future, one has to be in the present, which is the conditional clause here. The conditional clause is as soon as he will reach home. Or if you're not able to identify the conditional clause, this is the conjunction that you have to take care of. As soon as he will reach home, you cannot say will reach, you have to remove will and put reaches. As soon as he reaches home, he will send the books you are in need of. So can you mark the error in two parts in your exams? No. The error will be marked in just one part, which is part A. As soon as he reaches home. The first step will be to remove will and only then you'll add es to the verb. So whenever you have such sentences in which you feel there are errors, the changes might come in two parts of the sentence, you simply mark the first part in which the error lies in. Okay, remember this, very important. Next question goes. Question number 7. This is question number 7 here. He seems to be happy because his family had come from village to live with him. A very simple sentence. Tell me which part of the sentence has an error here. Okay, pretty easy question. He seems to be happy, which is in the simple present tense, because his family had come. You cannot say had come in the past. He seems to be happy because his family has come from the village. So in place of had, you simply put a has. Error was in part C of the sentence. Okay, most of you gave me the correct answers. Well done, people. Keep going. I'm sure you people will do very well. Okay. It seems you people have been practicing regularly, and I'm sure you people will actually improve your accuracy and progress in such questions. Wonderful. Let's move on to the next question here. This should be question number 8. It's question number 8. The sentence says, "It is high time you are reading this work. My friend said to me." Tell me which part of the sentence has an error here. Let's see who can answer this one. Priyanshi Saini, you cannot write came because whenever you have has, have, had, after has, have, had, you always put the third form of the verb, right? So, when I arrange the word verb come into these three forms, I would say come in the first part. In the second form of verb, it becomes came. In the third form, it again becomes come only. Okay, if you remember the verb list, the first form of come is come, second form is came, and third form is come. Third form, again, it changes to come. And after has, have, had, you always have third form. So you can write come only. You cannot write second form. You cannot write came. So that's the reason it will be incorrect. I hope that is clear to you. Okay. So let's see which part of the sentence has an error. Now let me tell you, the rule concept here says, whenever sentences have it is time plus subject, or whenever you have it is high time plus subject, whenever you have sentences like this, always remember after these you always put the second form of verb. After these you always put the second form of verb only. It is time plus subject if you have, or it is high time plus subject. Now look here, it says it is high time, then you have the subject. Then you have the subject, so you cannot put are reading, you simply put the past form which is read. It is high time you read this work. My friend said to me, error is in part B. Whosoever said B was absolutely right. Remember this rule, whenever you have it is time plus subject or it is high time plus subject, you always put the second form of the verb only. Okay? Wonderful, guys. Let's move on to the next question here. This should be question number 9 because this was 8. Okay. It says, I have got the information that your father has died last week. Tell me which part of the sentence has an error. I have got the information that your father has died last week. We actually use such sentences in spoken English as well, guys. And that's the reason when you get such sentences in your exams, you fail to identify the errors. Or most of you probably think that the sentence is absolutely right. So what do you think? Is the sentence right, or is there no error, or do you have error in any part of the sentence? HB Krishna, I said whenever you have it is time plus subject or it is high time plus subject, after these you always put the second form of the verb. And whenever I say it is high time you read this work, in the question number 8 I'm talking about, it is high time you read the work, which means you should already have started reading. You should have already done it, but you haven't done it yet. You haven't done it, you haven't started studying till this moment. You should have already started it in the past. And that's the reason we use the past form of the verb, which is the second form. It is time you read this work. Okay, remember this. I hope that is clear, HB Krishna. Now, let me explain this sentence to you. I have got the information. When I have got it, I've got it just now. Absolutely right. That your father has died last week. Now, whenever you have the point, sorry for the inconvenience, guys. There was a bit of a connection drop right now. Regret the inconvenience. But I'm back now. It's all up and running. Just give me a confirmation. Am I visible and audible to you all? Okay? Wonderful. I did not explain anything, so you haven't missed anything. So do not worry at all. Okay. I was explaining this question to you. I said, I have got the information. When I've got it just now. That your father has died last week. So the rule says whenever you have the point of time mentioned, like last week, last year, last month, yesterday, on the 23rd of this month, on Monday, on Sunday, on Wednesday, These points of time, whenever you have these points of time mentioned in the sentence which denotes the past, the sentence should always be in the simple past tense only. So I cannot say has here. I simply say I have got the information that your father died last week. So after father, you have the second form of the verb. So error is in part C. So whosoever said C was absolutely right for this one. Okay, error was in part C in the sentence. Wonderful. Okay, so remember, whenever there is point of time like last week, last year, last month, yesterday, last night, on Monday, on Sunday, on the 15th of August, whenever you have such words denoting, these are called adverbs of time. Whenever you have these adverbs of time in a sentence denoting the past, you write this in the simple past tense. Okay, let's move on to the next question here. Question number 10. This should be question number 10. Many of my friends told to come here today, but none of them arrived yet. Just a minute, guys. Just a minute. There is a bit of change in this sentence. I have to change it. Okay. Yeah, now answer. It says, many of my friends were told to come here today, but none of them. What's happened here? Just a minute. Oh. Okay, this is absolutely right. Yeah, tell me which part of the sentence has an error. Many of my friends were told to come here today, but none of them arrived yet. Which part of the sentence has an error? Think carefully and answer. Right, guys. When you say many of my friends were told, they were asked to come here. Absolutely right. This is in passive voice today, but none of them arrived yet. Whenever you have adverbs like these, remember, yet, so far, lately, recently, etc. When you have these adverbs, whenever you have adverbs like so far, recently, lately, etc., the sentence should always be in the present perfect tense. So, sentence here, the error lies here in part D. You say none of them, sorry, here, not here. It should be none of them have arrived yet. You say none of them have arrived yet. So, error is in part D in the sentence. Okay, none of them has arrived can also be written, guys, because none acts like singular and plural subject depends on sentence to sentence. Because you have many of my friends, which is in the plural, so I actually prefer writing have here because I'm talking about all my friends. Out of all my friends, none of them have arrived. But none can also act as singular subject. Okay, it can also take has as well in some cases. Okay, that's a detailed explanation needed for that concept. So I will be teaching you that in the regular course. Next question. Question number 11 says Ruchika says that she will take her umbrella in case it will rain. Again, I have discussed this concept already. Ruchika said that she will take her umbrella in case it will rain. Tell me which part of the sentence has an error. Not always HB Krishnas. None can be singular as well as plural. Depends. Neither is always singular. Okay. Neither is always singular. None is not always singular. By default it is, but can be plural as well. Ruchika says that she will take her umbrella. She will take. This is in the future tense. In case it will rain. You cannot say in case it will rain. You say in case it rains. Again, two future clauses cannot coexist in the sentence. Two future clauses cannot coexist in the sentence. So that's the reason you say, in case it rains, you cannot say in case it will rain. So error lies in part D. Okay, error is in part D of the sentence. The same concept, I have already explained that in a couple of sentences earlier. So I hope you remember that. Let's move on to the next question. This should be question number 12. I will let you know as soon as I will get any information about your job. Okay, tell me which part of the sentence. Again, a pretty easy one, guys. Tell me which part of the sentence has an error. Thank you, Sid. Thank you for that. I hope you people just follow whatever I teach. Okay, you can be my fans. You can do very well. All I want is you people become successful, and that too very soon. Okay, ultimately, what we as teachers want is that the sessions are actually fruitful to you. You get to learn something from it, and keep practicing. And I'm sure you people will do very well as well. Don't worry at all. Okay, if you have any doubts, queries, you can always get back to me through the comment section. Or for people who've not installed the Gradeup app, guys, please download the app and follow me there as well. You can go to the doubt section and ask me questions. Okay. Okay, Shwetang Mishra, understood your comment. All right. I will let you know as soon as I will get any information about your job. I will let you know. Will let is in the simple future tense. As soon as I will get any information. So again, two clauses are in the simple future tense. You cannot write it this way. I will let you know as soon as I get. Error is in part B because two future clauses cannot coexist in the sentence. Okay, I hope that is clear to you. Okay, so understand, makhan lagana ya nahi lagana, it doesn't matter. Ultimately, we are here to teach you and make you people successful. So we actually want to see you all as very successful lawyers. And that's the reason we are here. We come up regularly to teach you as well. So I hope you learned a lot from the session. You took something from the session today. Do like the session if you did really like it. Also subscribe to the channel and click on the bell notification for regular such sessions. Also, for people who joined in late, I would just like to reiterate myself. There's a Gradeup Super that has been launched in which you get unlimited access to all structured live courses and mock tests. This was launched on the 15th of August. You can download our app, okay, and subscribe to the Gradeup Super channel. Download the app and subscribe to the Gradeup Super in the app itself. You'll get the link in the description, guys, okay? And you get a 2x validity and 20% discount. And you also get a chance to win prizes up to 25 lakhs in which you have a smart band, laptop, smartphones, etc. Some people have already won it, okay? So I hope you enjoyed the session, guys. Do like, share, and subscribe. I will see you in the next session. Keep following such sessions. I will see you in the next session. Until that, goodbye, stay safe, take care, everyone. This is Navin Iyer signing off today. Bye-bye.